Hi everyone, Jamie Longworth here. This is Stranraer versus Rangers from Boxing Day 2013. Amazing day for everyone involved with Stranraer, and from a personal point of view, a great memory for me too. So hope you all enjoy watching, and I'll see you all soon.
Well, welcome to Ibrox for this Boxing Day fixture. Rangers, of course, looking to kick on to 21 wins in a row, and that's a sensational run in anyone's language. But today's visitors, Stranraer, are in a good shape themselves and are unbeaten in 9. Rangers have had no competitive action since Ayr United were here 19 days ago, and that was, well, given Nicky Law the real opportunity, a period of rest and recovery from a niggling groin injury. So, as Andrew brought us earlier, he comes straight back into the starting 11 with Stranraer dropping to the bench. The Ferryport side also make one change. An Achilles ligament injury rules out the experienced Chris Aitken. It's a start for former Dunfermline midfielder Stephen Bell, a straight replacement. So Rangers today have Cammy Bell and goal, a back four of Seb 4, Lee McCulloch, reLIVE Moshney and Lee Wallace. The engine room is Arnold Peralta, Ian Black, Nicky Law and Lewis McLeod. Nicky Clark and John Daly complete the starting 11. On the bench for Rangers, it's Steve Simonson, Stranraer, Richard Foster, Emilson Creebury, David Templeton, Andy Little and Andy Murdoch. That one change sees Stranraer dropped to the bench. For Stranraer, they have David Mitchell and goal, a back four of Scott Robertson, Scott Rumsby, Frank McEwen and Mark Doherty. In midfield, Sean Winters, Stephen Bell, Grant Gallagher and Andy Stirling. Jamie Longworth will play off the main striker, Martin Grehan. The substitutes for Stranraer in their strange kit today, a kind of day-glow, high-vis, yellowy colour. They have Chris Fahey, David McKenna, Ryan Boris, David McGregor and Lloyd Kinnear. The man in the middle today, Derek, you may recognise.
Yeah.
He's Dallas Jr. Yeah,
Hugh Dallas's boy. It's the first time I've seen him live refereeing, so we'll get a good look at him here this afternoon. But decent crowd in here at Ibrox, so I have to say. So looking forward to it. I think they've been starved of football, the Rangers fans, you said, for 19 days now. So let's hope they've got that sharpness about them and start the game well.
And the importance of a good start, and well, they travel in confidence, 9 on the zip, unbeaten.
Absolutely, but as I said earlier, I think Dunfermline came here with a great record, and so did Ayr United. So, Rangers know what it's all about. They've got the best record in this division. They are at home, so they're the ones expected to grab this game by the scruff of the neck, early doors. And if they get that early goal, as we want them to get, then it could be a really good afternoon.
Here's one for you, Derek. Give you an early stat. A year ago today, on Boxing Day, or St Stephen's Day, as some may call it, Nicky Clark, in the colours of Queen of the South,
scored a hat-trick, did he not?
He scored the hat-trick against Stranraer.
Against Stranraer.
Could lightning strike twice?
Well,
14-1.
Hope it doesn't, because it's a lovely day here.
Favour. And we're underway at Ibrox. Thanks for having your company on Rangers Television, wherever you are in the world. Early clearing header for reLIVE Moshney. Lewis McLeod working this wide area again with the return of Nicky Law, but it's the other Nicky Clark who gets a touch. Good feet from Lewis McLeod. There's no infringement there. It's Winter who gathers for Stranraer. McLeod just defending in a very high line there. Game of head tennis going on at the moment. And Moshney just lets the sting come out of things. Looking at the Stranraer shape, it looks a wee bit like a 4-4-1-1, Derek.
Yeah, it is, and that's good. I like to see teams willing to come and have a go. And that's why they're on such a good run. The team are very, very confident in the way they're playing. So should be a good open game here this afternoon.
Sebastian 4 for Peralta, just hugging the touchline there. The crowd still coming into Ibrox, taking their seats. And back for Cammy Bell. 4 shutouts in the last 5 games for the former Kilmarnock keeper. McLeod dropping off. Here's Lee McCulloch. I hope many of you got that Lee McCulloch DVD in your Christmas stocking. Held up Daly. Peralta just tries to spin it beyond Doherty without success. Here's Longworth, former Queen's Park player, exchanging passes with Andrew Stirling. Looking for Grehan. McCulloch kind of dived in there, to be honest. The offside flag goes against Martin Grehan, but again, Lee McCulloch, exuberance over technique.
Well, I think he's an experienced player. Normally, when you say to a player who's in his 30s, especially as a defender, stay on your feet as long as you can. That's the important thing, because once you go down, you can't get up. That's you had it. So it was a poor effort there from Lee McCulloch.
Nicky Law, one over the top, looking for John Daly, well dealt with by Frank McEwen. And just pressing the ball, Ian Black, very determined, squeezes it away from Longworth. A free kick by referee Dallas.
Well, I don't get that one.
Nor do I.
I mean, Ian Black's gone in. The player that he's going up against knows there's going to be a hard challenge, and he just wins the ball absolutely, completely there. And how the referee's given a free kick there, I don't know. It's ridiculous.
No, Andrew Dallas, a youngster making his way in the game, following the footsteps of his famous father. Sterling gathers now, tracked by Peralta, pops it into the box, and Bilal Moshney invites the goalkeeper to come and gather. Here's Watts.
Rangers just knocking it about at the back. Moshney desperate to get forward at times. Moshney, but need to watch, because if Stranraer are playing, one, sometimes two men up, then they've got to be very aware of that.
One for Wallace to chase as Ian Black plays it over the top, and tidy defending Scott Robertson, but again he just eats up the yards. Lee Wallace, wonderful take from Nicky Clark, pops it in, there's a chance. Oh, it's within an inch of the opener. It took a deflection from the head of John Daly, turned beyond the post for a corner, but wonderful way of counter-attacking from Rangers, and John Daly, with only 3 minutes on the clock, coming so close to the opener.
Well, it was a great ball, and Mark Docherty, the left back, didn't know where the ball was. It just came off his left foot, and it must have gone 3 inches by the far post, so Rangers have the corner kick.
It's Nicky Law. Floats it to the back post with McCulloch. No real pace on the ball, difficult to really challenge the goalkeeper in such circumstances.
Well, the player himself has got to put the power on it, because the ball was so long in the air. He's got to try and get the power. What they want is the ball driven into that box so he can go and meet it and power the ball into the net.
Fair play, it's the big centre forward Martin Green coming back to offer some resistance.
Well, he's got to come back. Whenever any of the defenders go up, the big lads have got to get back, because from set pieces, Rangers have been excellent so far this season.
Bell launches it long yet again. It's a very unusual colour of kit that Stranraer are wearing. Of course, their normal first choice playing kit is blue trimmed with white, but today you have to say it's got a washed out high vis.
What do you say the colour was?
Kind of washed out high vis line.
Scooby-Doo what that colour is, but it's not a very nice looking strip anyway, that's all I can say.
I think the last time I saw one like that, it was wrapped around a Labrador. We're underway at Ibrox in this Boxing Day fixture, just short of 5 minutes. John Daly coming closest so far. Stranraer not just here to make the numbers up as the front players combine over the top for Longworth again on the half volley. Just sights it out this time. But this pairing, Derek, have goals galore between them this season. Longworth with that final effort is 18 for the season, and his link man Martin Green is 10. So we have to be very careful with this pairing.
Absolutely, I think the movement was very, very good as well. Rangers certainly had plenty of men back, but nobody close enough. When you get in that 18-yard box, you've got to be really close to your man. If not, then all it takes is a striker a yard to get in a shot, and they did get a shot there, but it was well wide in the end.
And McCulloch again. Rangers go back to front. Headed on Daly, and the goalkeeper coming well off his line to gather. David Mitchell, formerly with Ayr United, red-shirted, making his 155th appearance for Stranraer today. Ian Black closed down very quickly by Stephen Bell. But Moshney was quick to win the header despite the physical presence of Martin Green.
Yeah, he likes that though. He likes to go and attack. He likes a big player to play against Moshney. So does McCulloch, to be fair, because they love that challenge, in the air. But it's been a good start by Stranraer, good open game from both teams trying to get into the game. So yeah, here's hoping it is an open game, or it stays as open as it is just now.
Two very committed teams at the moment. Sebastian Ford will be 23 in January the 3rd. Duffy coming up in the corner for the young Frenchman. Nifty feet from Bell. Green chases McCulloch. Gets a late one again challenge from Green. It's not the first today. Earlier on he was very late on Moshney and Ian Black, so he's certainly here for a physical presence.
Well, that's what happens when you're a big lad up front and you know you're playing against two big lads. You want to get your presence felt right away, and that's a couple of them. That's the second challenge, you're right. That's him just telling the two Rangers centre backs, you're not going to get it easy this afternoon. I'm going to give you right in and about you.
So Rangers have the free kick, elect to take it short. Black works it across field for Moshney. 19 days since Rangers were last in competitive action. They've been busy at Murray Park, as you would imagine, including training yesterday, keeping the focus.
But it's a lack of competitive games is the problem. You can play as many five-a-side games and everything else, but you need competitive stuff.
Here's McCulloch. Big switch of play. Wallace always willing to go forward. Wonderful take from Lee Wallace as well. He just stuck between a rock and a hard place. He didn't know whether to just fizz it in early or take the defender on.
You're right, Scott Robertson did well, staying in his feet. That was the important thing for him. You know, he read it well and just took the ball out for a throw in.
Wallace again. Was a decent delivery. John Daly getting in where it hurts there, but well defended by Scott Rumsby and Frank McEwen, policing the former Dundee United man. But again, it's the invention of Wallace that's almost unpicking the Stranraer defence.
And John Daly will take that all day, you know, when the balls come in there, because he just loves it. He could have done with it a wee bit, another 5 or 6 yards at the back post, allow him to attack it. But 3 men were around him there. That's how important John Daly is. And I think Stranraer realise that cross balls, he is definitely the danger man.
Launched long again by Mitchell. It's an interesting subplot going on here, isn't there, between Green and Moshnick. Sebastian Ford takes the touch. This is sharp and tidy by Rangers. Just trying to get a bit of a tempo going, Derek.
Yeah, but it's difficult with Stranraer working very, as you expect them to do the first 20-25 minutes, not to give Rangers an inch. They've got to just get stuck in, and that's exactly what they're doing. It's been very physical in the first 8 minutes of this game.
Stranraer in their last outing were a home match against Beacon City, winning 3-0 on the 14th of December. That was the day, of course, Rangers should have taken on Stranraer. The match was lost to those horrific high winds. As a consequence, Rangers' first match since Ayr United.
This is probably the best day we've had since then. You know, it's cool today. It's a decent day for football today. No wind at all.
The temperature set to drop as the afternoon goes on, though, I suspect. Daly does well to keep ball. There's Wallace again. McLeod's in the traps and running. Oh, wonderful play from Lee Wallace. Needs a final ball. He's going to re-drag back again. Wonderful skills from Wallace. All very tight and congested in there. Elects to try and squeeze it in near post, and defended at that post by David Mitchell.
Well, it was terrific play again by Lee Wallace, but he knows himself he should have squared the ball earlier. He did so well. As soon as he brought it back on his right foot, he should have tried to square it, but he's had the shot, to be fair to him. It was on target and the goalkeeper has saved it.
Rangers have their second corner of the afternoon. Variation. Black's turn to slalom his way into the box. Feeds it back to Nicky Law. It's a better delivery. Wouldn't fall for a blue shirt in there. It's Daly who gives chase. But again, compact and organised is the name of the game for Stranraer. Fizzed in again. The goalkeeper brave and a good fist on it. Nicky Law! He just needs the merest of a deflection as he lets that extra set go from fully 30 yards. Rangers are laying siege to Stranraer's goal.
David Mitchell, the goalkeeper, did really well there. He was well off his line there when that ball came in there. He's punched it good distance. Nicky Law's tried it. He squaffed the ball a little bit. Didn't hit it as well as he could, but it was the right thing to do. With so many bodies in front of him, anything could have happened.
Perhaps just a wee bit over anxious. We have to remember, of course, that Nicky's just coming back from injury too.
Well, that's right. That's where you've got to have the calm head. Just get the head down and just try and strike the ball, try and hit the target. That's all you're looking for in that situation.
Peralta lets it bounce, always dangerous, and he gets a late one for his troubles from Mark Doherty.
Well, they're not messing about, Stranraer, and that's what Rangers have got to accept. That, you know, the teams are going to get at them from the first minute, and it is going to be a physical game at times. You just got to accept it.
There's Mosney getting forward to good effect. McLeod looking for Clark and Daly. It might yet fall in there and scooped over his own crossbar. Desperate defending, but a problem perhaps for John Daly. A clash of heads inside that 6-yard box, and desperate defending sees the ball popped over the crossbar by Scott Rumsby as Rangers in search of this opener.
Well, there have been times where I've said, you know, not enough balls go in the box for John Daly to attack. Well, that's the ideal one. Away to the back post. He took a sore one, you have to say there, but out jumped to goalkeeper there. Unlucky that ball not to fall to a Rangers shirt.
It's another short corner. It's in the mix again, and Moshney's header is glanced well off target, but Rangers seem to have the bit between their teeth.
Well, they have. When they're getting the ball into the box quickly, then they are creating chances for themselves. I mean, John Daly would love this all day. If balls are going to come in like that every few minutes, then he's going to score goals this afternoon, that's for sure.
And the manager looks reasonably content.
Yeah, so far you'll be happy with they've started, but you'd love to have got a goal. You know, 11 minutes have gone now. Normally when they get a goal in the first 10 minutes, they'll liven up after that, and then they usually score another couple. So until they get that first goal, it's always going to be a difficult game here this afternoon.
Rangers in search of 21 wins on the bounce. Tom Miller and Derek Johnson bringing you all the action from Ibrox on this Boxing Day. No goals to report so far with 12 minutes played. Wallace works it back to Cammy.
It was good play by Stranraer. You know, they're pressurising Rangers at the back. They're not allowing them to have the ball. They're closing them down, which is good play.
Peralta seems to have recovered for that flailing arm as Black just plays it in behind. It's not a daft ball, but Rangers perhaps not pushing on as far as he was looking for.
Well, Ford was the man that was down there and he stopped. Ian Black kept his eye on the ball. He knew exactly where Forey was going, and Forey stopped, and of course he's hammered it by the fullback. It just looks a bad pass, but it was a decent ball. Forey just should have still just kept his run going.
Suggestions of a bit of a push from McCulloch. The referee lets the game continue. Andrew Stirling, who scored for East Stirling here last season. Then for Gallagher, squeezed off his toe by Ian Black. Good awareness, Ian Black coming back to protect the centre backs. I'm sure they're not exposed as Peralta takes over and shows real determination as well. Shrugs off the challenge of Doherty. Now he gets out to Wallace. Clark's on the move. Keep ball for Rangers. They try and entice Stranraer to come forward and create half a yard. Moshney trying to find Clark and just spins out of play. Thumbs up from Nicky Clark though, acknowledging the passes. Bilal Moshney starts to impose himself, spraying the passes about, trying to work it for the back, the big Frenchman.
Yeah, it was a poor ball in the end though, Tom. You know, it was the right idea, but you've got to find the player with a ball like that. It was way behind him and it was too hard. But it's the right thing to do. They're trying to at least play football from the back, Rangers.
Well, just as you say, play football from the back. Bilal Moshney a wee bit sloppy in possession, and he was robbed by Martin Green. Alan McCoist out in the technical area. Had a very good vantage point to that one. Wasn't happy at all as Moshney picks it back up again. And Wallace lifts his head, looks at the options. Black coming short in a very deep area. Did you get a new TV for your Christmas, Derek?
I wish we had a new TV.
Was Santa Gucci? We need to know.
Santa was up. I am Santa, Tom. I am Santa.
Santa Johnson. Lovely job there. 0-0 here at Ibrox on this Boxing Day. I hope Santa was good to you all. We need a peaceful and restful Christmas. New Year coming up. Bring in the celebrations.
Roll on January the 6th. That's all I say.
January the 6th, where are you heading there?
No, just all finished then. Get back on with our life again.
There's a chance here as Nicky Clark pops it in again. The goalkeeper made himself very big indeed at that near post. Comfortable gather from Nicky Clark, but he's enjoying this extended run on the side and he's learning by the game.
Absolutely, the more games he plays the better, Tom, but you'll be disappointed at that because it's not often you get to the byline. He's actually looked up as well there. I think in that situation you've just got to hammer the ball hard and low. There's so many bodies in the box, it's hard to pick out somebody, you know, when the goalkeeper can come off his line there.
You talked about, you know, Rangers perhaps lack of match sharpness, Derek, but in your own days as a player when you had to train on Christmas Day, what was the viewpoint then?
It wouldn't make any difference, you know, because you know you've got to play Christmas Day or Boxing Day and New Year's Day. We had to play all these games. You know, we're not like the ordinary people. You have to play the games when people have holidays, so you've just got to get on with it. It's as simple as that.
Derek, I've known you're not ordinary for such a long time. And I hear you're off to Lewis and Harris Rangers Supporters Club, the legend that is Parlane, born as the king of Ibrox Park.
Yep, up to Stornoway. Yeah, we'll be going there middle of January. See the troops in Stornoway. We'll make our way there.
Fantastic. Make your way to Stornoway.
Correct. On the road to Oronsay. Oh yeah, the Stornoway Black Pudding's the finest the world has ever seen.
Now John Daly in search of the opener has come closest so far. We've got 15 minutes under our belt. One change in the Rangers ranks today from their last outing against Ayr United back on the 7th of December. Fraser Aird relegated to the bench in a return from Nicky Law.
But again, himself and Templeton are good people to bring on. You know, if it's still tight, you know, late on in the second half, two men with good pace and able to take players on and score goals as well.
Again, the thumbs up from Nicky Clark for the early ball over the top. Got no joy at all out of the Stranraer back four.
You can understand why they've gone 9 games undefeated. They look a very, very compact side when they attack. The midfield are trying to get forward and help the strikers, and when they're defending, everybody's back as well. So there's no space at all for Rangers.
And you've talked about the Rangers bench, of course, Derek. Good to see Andy Little coming back, but we'll pick up on that one in a second. It's round the corner again. Peralta tries to shuffle it out from under his feet. Digs out the delivery looking for Nicky Clark. Doesn't beat the defender protecting that post, and it's McKeown who gets it away. Peralta just needs a wee bit more elevation.
Yeah, a decent ball into the back post. Rangers had 4 or 5 men in the box at that time, but you know, when they do that, they've got to get some decent balls in. If they do that, then there's certainly enough firepower in there for Rangers to go and attack this ball.
Black was wayward with the ball clipped into the box there. Yeah, on the bench today, good to have Andy Little. coming back. Of course, he picked up that injury early November against Dunfermline.
Yeah, I think most people expect him not to be back until next year. It's as simple as that. But he's back. He's obviously a quick healer. He's worked hard. Well done to the physios there. Stevie Walker and everybody else here, they've got him back and he's on the bench today, so he'll be hoping maybe to try and get a run out late in the game.
Yep, Andy Little joined on the bench by another Andy, young Andy Murdoch, making up the numbers, one of the likely lads from the Murray Park Academy, getting reward for his efforts for the under-20s this season, replacing the bench.
Always good to see.
PC, do you think that could be his nickname?
PC?
Yeah, Murdoch.
Well,
more than that.
I wouldn't have thought so, no.
Here's Stranraer. Stirling leaves Black in his slipstream. He's got talent. No flag as Longworth just plays it in behind again. Martin Green had pulled off left hand side, elected just to apply the handbrake, but it's the qualities of Stirling there as we see a wee bit more animation from the manager of Stranraer, Stevie Aitken, out there, whereas Alan McCoy is a wee bit frustrated that we haven't broken the deadlock.
Well, Steve Aitken will be delighted his team have come here, and after 17, almost 18 minutes, it's still 0-0, and they certainly haven't sat back and allowed Rangers to come at them. They've got men forward, they're getting people into the box. It's just that final ball is just letting them down just now, so Rangers will know they're in a game today.
Daly the target, it comes back off the head of Bell. Doherty cannons the clearance off Arnold Peralta and picks it up again. Shouldn't be any problems here for Lee McCullough to gather. Just lets the pace of the ball come on. Good composure and technique from Rangers, quite happy to pass it from the back. We need to see more of Nicky Law. He wants something to come short, gives a wee give and go.
I want to see Nicky Law get forward another 20 yards, Tom. I think he's already sitting midfield player, but his strength is going forward and creating chances and scoring goals. I'd like to see him go forward another 20 yards.
And here's Moshney. A wonderful step over. Well, not one but two. Or as Ron Atkins would have said, a wee lollipop there, but he just shows too much of it to the backtracking Winter. Popped in by McLeod and it bounces once and straight through to the goalkeeper Mitchell. One of the variations in the Rangers play is the way that perhaps Moshney is given licence to get long, but who has to sit?
Well, that's what happens, when everybody's been marked forward, then Moshney has got to try and create chances by coming forward that 20-30 yards, but there has to be movement. That's the one thing, and to be fair, so far there has been a lot of movement up front from the two there, so it's just the final ball in the box that maybe let Rangers down at this moment in time.
Clark does well to flick on the header, and now he's to chase a return ball from John Daly. He's got pace to burn. Well played, the big fireman Frank McEwen. The skipper of Stranraer matched the run of Nicky Clark. Comes across with a very timely intervention. Well,
it was good play there by McEwen there, because I think Nicky Clark thought he could run away from him, but that certainly wasn't the case. It was a good challenge, but once again it gives Rangers the corner kick and the chance for the big lads from the back to move up.
Again, the electrically short one. Black wants to give it back. Change of direction from Ian Black. Fancies it through distance and not really what he was looking for, and easily squeezed away by Longworth.
But I don't mind that, Tom. He's had a shot at goal. That's the important thing. It could have gone anywhere. Unfortunately, it came straight back at him again. But have a shot at goal. You don't shoot, you don't score.
And he's back in possession again. Not a great delivery. Moshney tries to gather for Rangers. Bell with the clearance, cut off by Moshney. Moshney, of course, his first Glasgow Christmas. Big fella. I'm sure he enjoyed it.
The first Glasgow kiss.
May well have been the case. Here's Peralta. Oh, he just elects to go the hard road. Arnold Peralta playing that wide right area there, just running out of grass.
Yeah, he did. I think he ended up in Paisley there. He hit the ball so hard out there, but at least he's trying to get to the byline. We all know he's not a winger. He plays that wide on the right. Certainly when the ball's on the left, he comes inside, but definitely not a winger there. But good play again, you have to say, by Stranraer. Defensively, they've been very, very good so far.
I think that might be a free kick. Lee McCullough not allowed to get a challenge on that at all. Martin Green, vastly experienced player. He left Alloa in the summer, his second spell down at Stranraer just now, but my goodness, he's a warrior.
He's a tough lad, you're absolutely right. And to be fair, he's not going to give the Rangers two centre-backs an easy time of it. But he'll need to watch himself, because he said that's 3 free kicks he's given away. The referee will be saying to him, one more of them, son, and you'll have to go in the book. Persistence may be the name of the game.
The Rangers have to show persistence as well as they chase this opener. Wallace claims he may just have been impeded. Stranraer pass it out their own 18 yards. Winter comes from possession as well. Well defended by Nicky Law. Rangers just need to up the ante here, get working through the gears. Sebastian Four immediately reacts to my call, goes beyond Peralta. Again, it's just gone a bit static. Knocked away again by Rumsby, who's on loan from Aberdeen. Longworth, Grehan went early. And here's Winter. With Atherley Juniors, just a few miles up the road here. Oh, Moshney smoking the half Corona. Quality stuff from the
That's all right when it comes off, Thomas. When it doesn't come off, and gets slaughtered by people. But so far, he's been excellent.
And his stature in this match so far, as you say, he's very rarely put a foot long. Here's Nicky Law. Again, you see the two banks of four, so difficult to play through. Peralta gets support from Four. Again, it's just lost the momentum. Peralta tries to start it again, digs out the delivery. Daly the target, late run McLeod. And McLeod just leaning into the defender. Robertson gives a free kick in favour of Stranraer. Mr. Dallas, what's it to say about policemen and referees? You know you're getting old when they look younger.
He does. I think he had to get permission from the headmaster to the referee here today. He looks that young lad, but you know, if he's half a good a referee as his dad, then he'll do for me.
Goalless at the moment. We're halfway through the first period. Moshney towering again, wins the header. It's only the second ever league match between Rangers and Stranraer. Of course, Stranraer himself founded in 1870, Derek, so they're Scotland's old clubs.
Yeah, they are, and you know, the only thing that's wrong with him at this moment in time is the strip. It's just the ugliest strip I've ever seen for a long time.
Somebody should have worked with the kit man, because he's certainly using the wrong conditioner or something.
Some condition it's in anyway, that strip. I still don't know what the colour of that strip is. It just doesn't go, the strip, doesn't it?
Nondescript. Longworth looking for Grehan. Moshney finds himself wrong side. Here's Winter. McCulloch doesn't dive in. Good defending. Ian Black coming in there. Composure as well from the former Hearts man. It's Rangers turn to perhaps try and hit the counter, but keep ball is the name of the game. Is pressure on the ball from Grant Gallagher. Wallace gets it again from Moshney. He's quite happy to have Rangers keep possession here and don't put any pressure in this final third.
Yeah.
Keep their shape. And
Rangers having to get these 40, 50 yard passes in, unless they come off, then you know it's a waste of time.
Certainly an ambitious delivery. Peralta very, very late in the challenge there.
I think there was a challenge on him from the same player, you know, about 5 or 10 minutes ago, and the referee allowed it to go, and I think retaliation, I think that was there from Peralta, and the assistant had the flag up right away. That was a sore one.
And it's Doherty who went down the challenge. Arnold, I've told you before, get your retaliation in
first. Correct.
Well, Mark Doherty, 60 appearances in promotion for Alloa last season, started at St Mirren, so he's a vastly experienced campaigner.
I think if you look throughout the Stranraer team, they've got a lot of good experienced players in that side, and that does help. Yes, it's good to have the young legs there as well, that the kids that can run about, but they need guidance on the part, and I think that there's certainly plenty of experience men on the part for Stranraer.
A decent crowd in Ibrox today. As Derek said, it's kind of grey and overcast, so we did have the odd ray of sunshine earlier this afternoon. Good to have your company wherever you're watching the Rangers today. Grehan and Longworth again in the same wavelength. Moshney just impedes a late challenge on Longworth there. Longworth from Queen's Park in the summer. 18 goals for the season, 11 of which have come in League One business, so he's lively. Here's Sterling, tracked by Peralta. Oh, he's gone beyond him. Decent delivery too. Well, stop the delivery at source is the common call, but the change of pace, the undoing of Peralta, and it's a teasing delivery to that danger area, Derek.
It's certainly the best ball that's coming out of the box by either side there. Terrific ball.
Oh, there's a late challenge on Lewis McLeod from Stephen Bell. He becomes the first yellow ticket of the afternoon. And Stephen Bell.
I don't understand why he's complaining, and he's taken Lewis McLeod after Lewis McLeod had passed the ball. The challenge is in, and he's took his back foot, and he complains to the referee. I don't understand players at times. It's good play though, you have to say.
Calculated from the former Dunfermline man.
Absolutely, he knew exactly what he was doing. He had to stop him, and it was a good run again. But in saying that, plenty of energy in this Stranraer side. They're getting back, you know, and any time Rangers get the ball, they're getting back at them. 3 men around him there when he got that. He's just in there and he's caught him. I mean, it's a yellow card every day of the week.
Very dangerous challenge. The Rangers take the free kick. Black knocks in Daly the target. Well defended against Stranraer. And that's what Rangers are looking for, that spark that McLeod might bring.
Yeah, I think the flair players have to do a wee bit more. I mean, we haven't seen an awful lot of Nicky Law. You know, he's been playing in that holding midfield role.
And Black with a disguised pass from Nicky Clark. Can he dig out the delivery? And he does well enough to get the corner. There was just a bit much pace on the delivery from Black for Nicky Clark. He did well to draw the corner.
Well, Ian Black actually put his hand up and apologised for that. Just hit the ball too hard, but I think Ian Black had a chance of a shot there. You know, if you're 20 yards out and it's on your favoured right foot, have a dig. Nobody will fault you for having a shot.
This is something different. Nicky Law has been on the corner since the first kick of the ball today, this left-hand side, but passing on to Peralta now. There's a bit of a buzz bomb in the box. No one takes control before McEwen eventually gets it away. And an ambitious effort from Black. Everyone inside Stranraer's half of the field at the moment, with the exception of Cammy Bell. In the air from the right boot of Ian Black. Mosney, even better with the layoff, knocks it across goal with the flag. Was up against Mosney.
But good play again there. A superb ball into the box from Ian Black. Mosney just got himself a yard offside there, but I thought he maybe should have headed the ball across that 6-yard box when the ball came to him, but you know, he was clever enough to chest it down, you know, and hit the ball across there again. But I thought he maybe should have done it earlier, get the nod back, but he was offside anyway, so it didn't make any difference.
Well, a year ago this month, Bilal Mosney was on loan at Ipswich in England, enjoying his football in the blue of Rangers. Sterling, uncompromising from Sebastian Fuller, but picked up by Doherty. Laid off Longworth, no takers for his header. Out of Rangers throw in for Sebastian Fuller. Goalless here today, Rangers Bell and goal, a back four of 4. McCulloch, Mosney, Wallace. The midfield of Peralta, Black, Law, McLeod, Clark and Daly complete the starting 11. Here's Peralta, that's better. Bit of purpose about him now. McLeod central. Clark wants to go beyond him. Clark cuts along the figure, just shields it. Well defended again. Maybe better served playing the ball. Good defending again from Stranraer. Push out from that edge of that 18-yard box, but Mosney equally determined for Rangers. As the game goes from box to box at the moment. Half-hour mark approaching. Wallace, Clark may want it into feet. McLeod drops off. Again, Black's touch plays the ball straight to Bell. Now Longworth. Sterling. Grehan stretching. Rangers on the left-hand side, going beyond the strikers is Grant Gallagher. And Rangers defend in numbers. There's McLeod for Daly. Spins off his heel. Big fella not quite aware of the early delivery from Lewis McLeod on that occasion, Derek.
I just think there's a rustiness about Rangers, you know. It's all right, you know, feeling fit and everything else, but the sharpness is gone, the match sharpness, that's the important thing when you haven't played.
Well, Daly chases. And the goalkeeper, well, the flag is up way on the far side there.
How on earth can...
It was a pass back though, surely.
Yeah,
so
I think that's what the assist has done.
That's
what no, he's given the free kick, I think.
Prior to that. Well, they're wired for sound today, the referee and his officials. Graham Chambers and Scott Miller. Scott Miller and today's referee Andrew Dallas.
Well, the goalkeeper will get booked for this. The goalkeeper will get a yellow card for this. Yeah.
He may have been better served coming and kicking through it.
Yeah, I don't understand why he came out with his hands there. He had plenty of time to just boot the ball away, but he's put his team under real pressure with a free kick from the 18-yard line.
Daly's actually stopped. The goalkeeper perhaps just lacking a wee bit of bravery.
Yeah, well, exactly. If he was brave enough, he clears that ball there now. This is not as easy as you think it is. It's maybe a wee bit close to get the ball up and over that wall because you're so close. It's maybe a touch to the side and a whack here. So interesting to see how Rangers play this one.
Drama at Ibrox with 14 minutes of the first period remaining. Ian Black's calling the shots at the moment. Peralta fancies it. He did score a direct free kick up at Dens Park, but it can't be from there. It can't be from there. The referee and his assistants.
The goalkeeper is at least 2 yards inside his box when he got that. So, mind you, I think the further out the better. To be honest, it'd be easier. But they're going to try and get up and down, and it could do that bit.
Is it a half roll? And
for me, it's a touch to the side and just bend it with the inside of the foot into the corner.
Now Peralta hasn't scored in a competitive match so far. Lee Wallace through traffic, and somehow it's deflected wide. He had everything behind that one, but you hear the reaction of the home fans to the officials.
Yeah, I think the referee got it wrong there. Andrew Dallas got that wrong there. He certainly put it forward, 3 yards when it should have been inside the box. But, Rangers still get the shot off there and it was deflected.
It was an 8-man wall, did its job. It's Peralta on the corner. Aerial route this time. Climbing early in there is 4, but can't get anything on it. John Daly as well. Sebastian 4 late in that challenge. And a free kick and perhaps a yellow card for the big Frenchman.
Again, that's a silly yellow card to get, because there's nothing the defender can do but kick the ball away, and you're sliding in late and you catch the foot. I mean, it is a yellow card, but it's needless, because there's nothing they can do with the ball. He was kicking the ball out the park anyway.
Stranraer with 7 wins and 1 draw in their last 8 games, including a draw against Clyde in the Cup, which they won in a replay. Sebastian 4 pleads his innocence, but from our vantage point, he looked rather late in the challenge there.
Yeah, he was very late with the challenge.
And they're happy to slow the game down.
Absolutely. I think Stranraer have done very, very well. I can understand why they've gone 8 games undefeated, because they look a very, very solid looking side.
There's McLeod, he's found some space. There's Wallace. Oh, he was just in too early. Handball. Yep. Scott Robertson. Spotted by referee Dallas. There's a good early delivery. It's a good touch from Clark. Oh, wonder save from Mitchell. Denies Lewis McLeod. Sweeping move from Rangers. Wallace, Clark the providers. McLeod thought he's got the opener. The keeper stretches and gets it over the top.
Well, it was a cracking ball and good play, good touches as well from Rangers. McLeod did well, but the goalkeeper was out in his 6-yard box there. What a fantastic save of the match so far.
Rangers threatening. In the mix again. Moshney climbing high, but can't work the goalkeeper. Bilal Moshney, 7 goals for the season, in search of his 8th.
I always feel, when a corner kick comes in and you're defending, when you go and attack it, you've always got to head the ball down. I mean, I think he's 3 or 4 inches bigger than anybody that's in that back 4 of Stranraer. And for me, he's up so early, you've got to be able to head the ball down. That's a good chance, you have to say, but fantastic save by the goalkeeper Mitchell there from Lewis McLeod. First real clear-cut chance of the game so far.
Yep,
it was a
we've
fantastic
actually
save.
cut them open, perhaps. Lewis McLeod, 4 goals for the season, including 1 against Stranraer when the sides met down the Ferry Port in August. We've got some 10 minutes plus stoppages of the first period. There's McLeod again.
They've been closed down, Rangers. It's good play by Stranraer, good tactics by the manager.
The clearing header only as far as Black. Clark holds off the challenger Rumsby. Ian Black fancies it and tugs it wide of the target.
Well, to be fair, nothing was happening in front of him, so I would never ever fault anybody from having a shot. And Ian Black has proven in the past that he can shoot from 25-30 yards, but again, just a wee bit anxious there. He should just hit his head down there was nobody near him, and just tried to strike the laces through the ball. It didn't happen, and he sort of hit it with the inside of his right foot and it's gone way, way wide.
A hello and best wishes today to Malcolm Sinclair, better known as Wee Malky. Malky's a member of the Ibrox Exiles in Hamilton, Ontario. It's been a difficult Christmas for Malky and his family, but he's a battler and has the full support of the Rangers family. John Stewart and a few of Malky's buddies are with him today to watch the game. Malky, you're in our thoughts, wee man. Enjoy your day. Everyone at Ibrox.
Here.
10 minutes to the turnaround. Is there a goal on the horizon, Derek?
Well, there's only been that one clear-cut chance. The keepers are a fantastic save. I think Stranraer have worked at it, but Rangers need to do more. It's all right playing the ball at the back, and yeah, it's nice to watch. They've got plenty of possession, but where you hurt teams is in the last third, and they haven't really done that this afternoon so far.
McCulloch looking for Daly. The second ball is crucial. Nicky Clark moves back to goal. He's got the invention. It's a penalty he's been awarded. Well, there isn't even a claim from Rangers for that one. There isn't even a claim, but Nicky Clark, so determined in hitting the target, just shrugged off the challenge. Clearly he's been tugged from the back, says the referee. Rangers have the penalty. Step forward, Lee McCulloch.
Well, you were asking me if there was a goal in it before half-time. I think you're right, there will be a goal in it hopefully, Tom, but I didn't see an awful lot in that. Yes, there was a slight tug when you think about over it, but there wasn't an awful lot in it. I mean, nobody at all was looking for a penalty kick for that, but the referee was only 5 yards away and decided it's a penalty kick.
Well, the skipper steps forward. He's got 11 goals for the season. It's McCulloch versus Mitchell. 7 minutes to turn around. Wonderful finish from Lee McCulloch. The deadlock broken at Ibrox. Lee McCullough's 4th penalty conversion of the season. It's Rangers 1, Stranraer 0.
Well, you could have had 3 goalkeepers in there and they still wouldn't have saved that. What a goal that was. Inside of the right foot, top left-hand corner, postage stamp. Nobody saves that. I think we'll always miss one this season, but that is just absolute perfect. You can't get a better penalty kick than that. And Lee McCullough, the skipper, once again shows the way for Rangers.
This could well change the dynamic of the game, Derek. They've got to come out now if they want anything from it.
Well, to be fair, I think Stranraer have come out. I think any time they get the ball, they want to come forward. They haven't created an awful lot, but at least they're throwing men forward, trying to get the ball into the box. So that should settle Rangers down a bit. I know there's only, 8 minutes to go before half-time. If Rangers can get a second, then I think Ali would be happy in that dressing room for the start of the second half.
McCullough steps in to pick off the loose ball as Sterling threatened. Nicola, he's a very quiet afternoon so far, Derek. Well,
to be fair, he has been out for 3, maybe 4 weeks, and maybe he's just trying to play himself. Maybe I'm doing him a disservice by not asking him to get forward. He's the holding man in midfield, doesn't want to waste an awful lot of energy, because remember, it was a groin injury he had that kept him out. So maybe that's the reason Ali's saying, you just do the holding role, son, let everybody else do the running forward.
Yeah, and of course, in cold conditions, and you have to watch through half-time as well, Derek, that you don't seize up, basically.
Absolutely.
There's Wallace, great delivery from Mosney. Wallace powering into the box, scythed down by Robertson. Somehow the referee doesn't see that as a free kick.
Well, to be fair, I thought that was a great challenge. I think he knew exactly what he was doing, Robertson. He had to get it right, because Wallace was just heading into that box. He's just caught the ball as it's come across him. I think that's a fantastic challenge.
Aye, you're right, absolutely, Derek. We see it from the other angle. Robertson, who had 5 minutes off the bench for Queen of the South against Rangers in the 2008 Scottish Cup final. Nicky Law, no challengers, still in play. Peralta tries to deliver it. He's not been the best of days so far, Arnold Peralta, but he does well enough to get us a corner on the other side.
Well, he did. You thought you might have hit that ball first time, but he tried to control it and almost, let the ball run out. But again, this is a chance. All the big lads are in the box. It's all about the delivery here.
Peralta, it's a better delivery. McCullough something on it. Sebastian Fort tries to squeeze it through traffic. Well defended again inside that 18-yard box by Stranraer. And Rangers have looked much more threatening in the last 10 minutes.
Well, they have, but it's amazing what a goal does for you. And that is it. It's the relief of getting the goal and going in at half-time, because I think Ali on several occasions this year has gone in at half-time and given a few of them, a right roasting, because they've not been playing well. He may well still do that, because Rangers haven't been on the ball in this first half, but they do have that goal, which is important.
Lewis McLeod just shot, but that wouldn't be. He shows real willing and tenacity to recover. And we drag on as well. 1-0 Rangers. Interesting statistics. Stranraer, Derek, have never scored against Rangers ever.
You've never? Not even in a cup tie?
Never in a cup tie. Never.
Good start time, I like that.
Top scorer against Stranraer in all time. He's got 5. Any ideas?
You're looking at me again. It better not be me. It better not be me.
It's not yourself.
Parlane? No. McCoist?
You got it.
Oh, there's a shocker. You had to get him in again.
Of course I did.
The manager.
Well,
I bet there were 4 penalties in a tap-in.
You probably.
They all count. They all count. Doesn't matter whether it's a tap-in or a penalty. You still to score.
Here's Wallace. A different complexion on proceedings now. McCullough goal. 12 for the season for the big centre back. Finished top scorer last season with 26. Operating mostly as a striker, Derek. He's capable of doing something similar. Fizzed in for Daly. Glancing header, John Daly doesn't work the goalkeeper, but again, the early delivery, bit of variation from Rangers, and John Daly acknowledging the early ball. A good height and good pace for him. Well,
that's the type of balls that he wants, not the one that's high, when it comes down. This is driven in, and he's able to go and attack it. You'll be disappointed you never get more on that, because he's well above the centre back there, but just didn't get enough on it.
Could the skipper beat last season's total while operating predominantly as a centre back?
I don't see why not, because I think Rangers get in the box so many times that there will be penalties, loads of corners and free kicks, so I don't see any reason why he shouldn't.
Nicky Clark fancies it on the volley. Perhaps just a bit ambitious for Nicky Clark. Well, he scored against Stranraer every time he faced him last season for Queen of the South, and you understand he's a youngster who's got confidence and enthusiasm in the absolute droves. And he watched it coming down, just pulls it wide of the target.
Well, he did the right thing, because if he's trying to pull that down and you get closed down and you never got a shot away, the fans would have been on his back for not having a shot. So he's brave enough to hit it on the volley. Didn't quite catch it right, but you're right, he's confident enough to have a go.
perhaps he might not have tried that had you not had a goal in the England bag just 5 minutes before.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Listen, all strikers have got to be greedy at times. You've got to try and be a bit ambitious, do something different. And that was different. We didn't hit the ball well.
A year ago today, Rangers played host to Clyde. They ran out 3-0 victors. Wallace, Templeton and Shields were all on target. We would settle for something similar around 4:45 tonight.
I think there's a bit of history here on the tap this afternoon when you've got a Wallace and Sterling together. Ring a bell?
Certainly does.
Some result that day, was it 13-14 or something?
Absolutely. Here's Black. Sent him home to think again. For McCullough, the goal scorer.
It's a shame because the hills are bare now.
Daly coming short to link the play. Now McCullough calling the shots. Clark climbs. Can't get anything on it, and Mitchell happy to come and gather. 2 minutes plus stoppages at Ibrox. 1-0 Rangers. And again, you see, the goalkeeper has no sense of urgency today at all.
No, and rightly so. I mean, at 1-0 Stranraer are still in this game. You know, and that's it. I mean, if they lose a second, then they'll panic. But as long as we go at 1-0, I'm sure their manager will be delighted with the performance of the team. Maybe not with the score, but with the performance, he'll be absolutely delighted.
Well, Green battles for it. Tries to play in Longworth, and again, Cammy Bell quick to come off and gather. But they have a physical presence, the front pairing.
Very much so, and that's what central defenders don't like, that when you get the big lads, anytime the ball's in the air, you're getting the shoulder in the face, you know, they're about you all the time. You don't like that, but you've got to accept that. As a centre back, you're going to get players like that. It hasn't happened an awful lot this season, but they're certainly having to work the two centre backs here this afternoon when Stranraer have the ball.
Here's Bosney. Black wants to get beyond the strikers. Coming across to tidy things up, Scott Lungsby, who's on loan from Aberdeen. He's here until the end of January. Previously was 5 years at Murray Park in the Rangers youth ranks before joining Aberdeen on a professional youth contract. Usually has to be offside there, but the referee.
But good for Stranraer, you know, they could have held that back, you know, and tried to go through to half time just 1-0, but they tried to get it quick to try and get a chance, but it was a poor ball in there.
Here's one for you, Derek. New Year's Day, sorry, my apologies, I'm ahead of myself. Boxing Day 1994, Rangers 2, Hibernian 0. Who was on target that day? Haley got one, I'll give you a clue.
What day?
Boxing Day 1994, 2-0 against Hibs. Haley was one of the scorers in a 2-0 victory. Who got the other?
Just leave it with me.
I'll leave it with you. 1-0.
How do you spell Google?
No, I don't remember a player called Google.
He's got all the answers anyway, that's
what
it
does. Rangers just kick ball at the moment, try to spring the opening.
You dare say McCoist?
No, it wasn't. It was actually Richard Goff. McCoist was injured that day.
I was just about to say that.
Get yourself in the end of that one, says Lee McCullough. Pitches awkwardly. We're in the 45th minute. Through half time, you'll get the views and analysis of the first half action with Derek in the company of Andrew Dixon. And then we'll be back with full second half commentary. Rangers on target for 21 in a row. 45 minutes have been played this afternoon at Ibrox. The deadlock broken from the penalty spot, courtesy of Lee McCullough. His 12th goal of the season. The skipper's strike separates the sides. Full first half analysis coming very shortly indeed. Join us for the second half. Half time here at Ibrox in this League One match. It's Rangers 1, Stranraer 0. First to show from the dressing room for the second period. Of course, they're chasing the game. The half-time scoreline sitting 1-0 in favour of Rangers. The deadlock broken in 37 minutes. The 12th goal of the season for skipper Lee McCullough coming from the penalty spot. Stranraer out. They know they've been in a rich vein of form, but Rangers have the wind in their sails. None more so than the skipper himself. wishing everyone a happy Christmas as Rangers look to go 21 in a row victories, that is, and go clear at the top of League One. And make no mistake, the championship is very much in Rangers' sights. The skipper leading from the front, his penalty goal, the difference, Derek, between the sides.
Yeah, I think Stranraer could take an awful lot out of the first half. You know, they worked well, they defended well, never done too much in the last third, although they certainly had men in the box at times, but Rangers just a wee bit rusty, you have to say, because they haven't played for these 19 days or whatever it is. So I think Ali will be at them again the second. Look, just keep going as you're going, but get some decent balls into the box, and let's see you strikers get a bit of movement in there. Let's see if we can win this game 2-3-4 nothing.
The PA strikes up Penny Arcade, and we're underway for the second period. No changes in personnel from either side. That means Rangers have Cammy Bell in goal, a back four of 4, McCulloch, Moshney, Wallace, the midfield of Peralta, Blacklaw and McLeod up top, Clark and Daly. And it's the man in possession now whose goal is the difference. Sebastian Four, one of 2 yellow cards this afternoon. Stranraer today have Mitchell in goal, a back four of Robertson, Winsby, McEwen and Doherty. Winter, Bell, Gallagher, Stirling in midfield, Longworth and Graham are the front pairing. McCulloch guns it long, looking for Daly, he goes early, might have been nibbled along the way. McLeod can't gather, and Robertson thumps it away for Stranraer. Moshney, a rock at the heart of the defence, his header only as far as Winter though. Back in turn now for Gallagher, who started at Celtic. He's given it away and gratefully received by Moshney. Ian Black drops his shoulder, clever play. Free kick surely there. Ian Black not quite imposed himself the way we know he can, but he's playing the peripheral things at the moment, Derek, but he just needs to be a wee bit more demanding, I would suggest.
Yeah, I think he's the ideal man to play in front of the back four, you know, the holding player, just to make passes, get it and make passes. And for that you've got to have Nicky Law getting forward. So maybe Nicky Law's beside him, he's too close, so he's not on his game this afternoon, but he likes to be there on his own where he can dictate what the way the play should be going.
And through half time with an opportunity to review the penalty, and having watched it a few times again now with the benefit of numerous replays, there's definitely an arm around McEwen.
There's contact, but I'll tell you what, had that been against Rangers, you'd have been complaining and saying that's never a penalty kick. So I think, having looked at it again, there was contact, but really I didn't think it was a penalty kick. I thought there was hardly anything in it, and Nicky Clark himself didn't complain. You know, he got his shot away and his head was down. He never put his hand up or jumped up and said it was pulled down. So maybe a wee bit fortunate Rangers got the penalty, but we'll take absolutely everything that's going.
Well, referee Andrew Dallas perhaps confirming the spirit of goodwill through Christmas, giving Rangers a kind of late gift, but it had to be converted, and it was. 4 wins the ball, Black takes over. As McLeod had to go behind and gather. Resolute defending again, it's Robertson who gets up to Graham. Stirling, always busy, had a scholarship in Washington before coming back to Stranraer. Winter takes it for a bit of a run. He does well to dig out a delivery. It's ambitious, there's no one can get in the end of that, but he just has that wee give and go and a change of pace, Derek.
Yeah, and he's telling a great story because it's just another Winter's tale. I mean, we know that, and it's a fantastic ball in, really. If somebody's coming into the back post, that's what you're looking for. That's the type of ball that John Daly would like. Coming at the back post, the ball fizzed over that box, but Stranraer are well up for it again at the start of the second half. They know they're still in this game. It's only 1-0, and until Rangers can get that second goal in, they know they're going to be fighting hard.
Cammy Bell has a clean sheet last Boxing Day for Kilmarnock against Hearts. Look to replicate that today. Green looking for Longworth. Forced to retreat, but he's done well to play it round the corner for Winter. Wallace immediately robs him and wants to go forward. Oh, awesome from Wallace. He has admirers, and you see why. He just carried it an inch or so beyond that line. But he only knows how to go forward, Derek, when the opportunity presents itself.
It's good to watch, but again, it's a poor ball from Lewis McLeod. He was looking for a better ball at his feet so he can take the ball on instead of having to check there. But I think Rangers haven't got an awful lot, apart from Wallace getting down the left-hand side, they haven't had any width at all. And I think when you've got the likes of Fraser Aird and Templeton on that bench, I don't think it'll be long before either one or both come on.
Well, Lee Wallace trying to push Rangers on, looking for their second. The referee a wee bit pernickety, inviting the retreating Robertson to step back a yard or two yet before he takes the throw in. 26 last month, Scott Robertson eventually gets on with it. McLeod not quite firing in all cylinders either. He's again in patches, we've seen real quality. At other times his passes have gone astray.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem to not say like playing wide left. You know, if you're somebody that likes to play in the centre midfield, then you know it's a distraction playing wide on the left. But he's done it before and he's played well there, so there's no reason why he shouldn't like it this afternoon. It's just not his day. Nothing is going right for him. He had that fantastic shot in the first half, and basically that's all we've seen of him.
A fine switch of play introduces Sterling. There's Stephen Bell who picked him out. And Sterling's fleet of foot as well. He's gone beyond Black, he's gone beyond Law. Oh my goodness, that's within an inch of the equaliser. And Cammy Bell scrambling all across his line. Clever footwork from Andrew Sterling, and he's more than capable from that range.
That deserved the goal. What a fantastic run that he's come across. You know, beat 4 men. To be fair, Cammy Bell's there. If it's on target, he may well have got that, but that's terrific play by the winger there and a fantastic shot. I mean, Rangers again, plenty of men back, but nobody challenging.
I said it earlier, Sterling scored for East Stirling last season here at Ibrox.
Does he live in Stirling?
Well, that's a very good question. He certainly lived in Washington. He had a scholarship over there and played with Kitsap Pumas before coming back here. Started at St Mirren.
Is that a pair of boots?
Youngsters. Pumas used to the Puma.
Wonderful boots.
Big cat boots. I noticed the manager and his assistant have got their heads together in the technical area. I wonder if they're thinking of a change of the personnel.
Well, I don't think they'll be happy with the start to the second half. I think Stranraer have started the better. You know, they're still enthusiastic, as you expect teams coming to Ibrox to be enthusiastic, but Rangers have got to get going again. They need that bit of sparkle, and where is it going to come from? I think probably the best sparkle you've got are on the bench just now. Maybe that's what they're thinking.
I'll just refresh you of the Rangers subs bench in a moment or so. Sebastian Forrest giving it away cheaply. Gathers it again though, gets in there ahead of Martin Graham. Bilal Moshney. Fizzed back to him from McLeod. Triangle of passing for Rangers, just needs a bit more incision. Nicky Law tries to go beyond the ball, but held up by Rangers. I wonder if Nicky Law, they're maybe thinking an hour's enough for him today and he's back.
Well, possibly, because he has been out for a while and it's a groin injury, it's cold and everything else. So yeah, there's every chance that he might be the one that'll come off, and then Lewis McLeod back into the centre of midfield and either bring on Templeton or Aird.
Daly forages for it and does well, holds off the challenge of the backtracking defender Ramsey, but the final ball from Moshney's too heavy. Disappointment for the big Frenchman. In fact, frustration might cover it.
Well, it's a simple ball, to be fair to him, and it's gone about a yard in front of Wallace, but he's just hit the ball far too hard, and that was the problem. I think in conditions like this, you get the ball to feet and let the player control it and take it on. Boxing
Day 1998, Derek, who made his Rangers debut and kept a clean sheet that day? It was a nice season for you. 1998. Here's Nicky Clark. Peralta digs it back in, looking for Daly, well defended by Frank McEwen, who's a self-confessed Rangers fan incidentally. And Frank McEwen, we salute you, Mr. McEwen, a fireman who was on business the night of that terrible tragedy at the Clutha Vaults in Glasgow. He went out that afternoon and actually played football for Stranraer after working until about 9-10 in the morning. I think you said that earlier, and it's fantastic. The man, he got 4 hours sleep, having put a right good shift in and wanted to be there all night, but he wanted to play for Stranraer against Clyde the next day, so well done to him, top man. Absolutely. Skitter of this Stranraer side. Moshney attacks it early, picked off by Gallagher. There's Winter. Giving chase is Stephen Bell. Out the game for 18 months. Stephen Bell with a horrific knee injury while at Dunfermline. It's the worst thing a player can get, whether it's a serious knee injury or an ankle injury, because there's nothing you can do about it. You can't train, it's all about just exercising. You can't run at all, so you're a long time out. And again, even when you come back from a serious knee injury, you're always frightened, you're always wary of the next challenge coming in. And so it's good when you see people coming back from that and they're playing for 3 or 4 months and they're fine then. And they know then that the knee's better and has got stronger. Trickery away on that far side from Winter, but well cleared by Black. One for Clark to chase. He might just put some pressure on Doherty, who does well to work it back to Mitchell. Thumps it long again. Moshley just sweeps it back to Cammy Bell. Bell had more time than he realised there. Is that just a bit of anxiety as Rangers struggling to get into a rhythm second period? Well, it sums Rangers up in the second half. The sharpness is not there. I think this is the time where Ali's looking at it and saying we need somebody to get this crowd going again and get the players going. Somebody's going to go and attack players with a bit of pace. Well, McLeod might just provide it, although his final ball goes astray again. Wonderful delivery from Ian Black. in behind now. The movement's good. The flag goes against Nicky Clark. As Rangers just try and build the momentum, the flag goes against Nicky Clark. He'd gone momentarily early, but the first delivery from Black was absolutely on rails. The pick out from McLeod was quality as well, and I think we may be about to see the introduction of Andy Little, who will bring a different dimension to the Rangers, and Fraser Aird by the looks of things as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They had to change it because Rangers haven't started the second half. I thought he was a wee bit unlucky there. I thought he was in line when the ball was kicked, but we're not in line with the play there. But the assistant was, and he's given the offside. But good movement again from Nicky Clark.
Free kick goes against Grant Gallagher. He chased his own forward flip there. 23 in middle of January, and never present this season for Stephen Aitken's side.
Double sub here, right, Tom?
And now we'll get the change. Fraser Aird, how unlucky was he to be left out the starting 11 today there?
He's unlucky, but he's only a kid. He knows fine well, he's going to be in and out the side, but when he gets in, he's got to make sure he does well to stay in the side. And as expected, Peralta, who's worked hard, you have to say, but it's never really worked for him, the right hand side of the park. So you just wonder if the pace is going to pay off for Rangers now. And Andy Little, I'm very, very surprised. He's come on so early in the game, but there you go. Nicky Clark is the man that's coming off. He'll be bitterly disappointed that he's the one to come off.
56 minutes played, a double change for Rangers. Andy Little, who was injured on the 6th of November against Dunfermline. 6 goals for the season, will go straight up top to partner John Daly. Fraser Aird will offer some trickery in the wide areas, replacing Arnold Peralta. 1-0 Rangers, the goal coming some 8 minutes prior to the turnaround, courtesy of Lee McCullough's 12th of the season from the penalty spot. I'll just bring you confirmation of the change to the formation for Rangers at the moment. But Fraser Aird is very direct, of course. Derek, he's got 2 goals himself from 3 starts for the season, and again he's another player who's got a bit of vision about him.
Well, he's somebody who can play either wing, and he does when the ball is on the opposite side from where he is. He always comes into the box looking to try and get a shot on target or on the end of a pass.
Winter again overcooks the delivery, although Longworth gives chase. Cuts along the figure, but does well to fizz it back to Mark Doherty. Aird jockeys infield for Bell. Keep ball for Stranraer at the moment. Rangers just need to win it back.
Rangers defending too deep. If they push that 10-15 yards up, then Stranraer are not going to find the space. Exactly what Stranraer have done to Rangers in the first half.
Their passing's crisp and accurate. He's back with Andrew Stirling again, who came close moments ago. Pops in the delivery, headed away by Sebastian Four. Dallas and Black getting close and personal. Fraser Aird immediately on the offensive. Limited options, no one coming up to give him an out ball. Shot Black with that one is fizzed into. Fraser Aird does well to keep possession. Black in turn tries to release Andy Little, headed away Mark Doherty. And Gallagher plays his joker, not what he intended at all, but the touch saw it fed into the path of Longworth. Green the target. McCullough takes care of business. So the goalkeeper, Derek, kept a clean sheet on this day, making his Rangers debut in 1998. Just a bit of fun. If you know out there, give us a shout. I'm not trying to acknowledge it at the next match, but if you know, it's quite an easy. 1998. And if memory serves me correct, when he stopped playing for Rangers, he just hung up the gloves. And he said, when you've been at a club like this, you just don't want to play anywhere else. Touch of the Arthur Newmans, who was something very similar. He stopped playing as well.
Stefan, was it?
It was Stefan Kloss. Wonderful goalkeeper, a bit like Cammy Bell and
Andy Gordon. Was the biggest
5'10" and a half.
Was the biggest goalkeeper.
But so agile and dexterity like you wouldn't believe. Daly the target, the flag was up. Didn't see an awful lot wrong with that one, but it was a decent angled delivery. Flag happy.
But again, the assistant on this side's right in line with that, and John Daly, I think, came off an offside position. When he got the ball, he was about 5 yards on, but it's where he started off from when the ball was kicked. And to be fair to the assistant, he was right in line with it.
Well, Andy Little coming back from injury, this gives a different dimension, of course, to the Rangers attack, and gives options to the manager as we head into a busy programme of games there, of course. Looking at the cup tie as well, has been moved to the Friday night, 7th of February, incidentally, against Dunfermline. Dunfermline will lay a wait in Rangers in the League One campaign next Monday evening. Follow that one on Twitter. We might have a wee surprise for you on the official Rangers Twitter feed And of course, they say they meet again with Dunfermline, a match that's shifted for TV to the Friday evening.
Yeah, they like their Friday evenings, the television for Rangers. I mean, only time will tell whether it's going to be beneficial, you know, to the home side, you know, depending on the crowd and everything else. But I'm sure, you know, if Ali's playing on a Friday and they're winning games, and to get the weekend off the players, you know, I think they'll be satisfied with that.
Long searching delivery again from McCullough, flipped on by Daly, not read by Little. Knocked away McEwen. Rangers start it all over again. Law dropping off to try and engineer the opening. Nicky Law was ever-present 2 seasons in a row at Motherwell in their league campaigns, and of course his first season at Ibrox. Missed the game there with a groin injury, but good to have him back today. He'll be happy to get game time. He's
done a fair bit of running about in the midfield. Hasn't really got forward at any stage in the game.
Daly rolls the defender Andy Little in the box. Couldn't get his shot away. Excellent defending deep inside that 18-yard box though. The combination of Scott Rumsby and Mark Doherty rather. But the front pairing working as a partnership, Derek.
Yeah, it was a good win there by Daly, and it looked as if there was a final challenge by the defender. So it's a corner kick, but you know, the referee, not so much the referee, it was the assistant that gave the goal kick when it was clearly, you know, a corner kick. Wonderful
the way John Daly rolled the defender to set up Andy Little, but young Scott Rumsby, who's on loan from Aberdeen, sticks to the task as McEwen works the header back to Mitchell under pressure from the aforementioned Daly.
There is, but Andy Little's got to get up alongside John Daly, as he did there. You know, he's there for the flick-ons. Make sure you make the run early. If the big fella wins it, then you've given yourself a couple of yards start.
Thumped away by Lee McCullough.
John Daly was offside there, that's why he never went to challenge for the ball.
Was that the old active and passive we're thinking there?
Absolutely correct, yes. But you know, Rangers have gone totally flat in this second half, really. And you know, Ali was looking for a wee bit more. I think he may well appreciated they haven't had competitive games for a few weeks, but you're expecting them to pass the ball better, a wee bit better movement as well.
A good crowd inside Ibrox today, certainly in excess of around 40,000, not quite up there at capacity, but another goal would satisfy Mr McCoist there, I suspect.
Yeah, but you wonder, the next goal is obviously the most important one in this game, because, you know, don't rule out Stranraer either, because they're throwing men forward. You know, at 1-0, they keep saying at 1-0, they're banging this game.
Well, there's a bit of pressure on Cammy Bell there, but he came through traffic, got it fisted away, and it just highlighted to me momentarily, Derek, the playing kit of Stranraer and Rangers goalkeeper's kit is pretty close.
Similar. Well, I'm surprised, you're right, that's another thing that should have been picked up on. Certainly we didn't until now.
I was only when the ball was in the box there, and there was 2 strikers, Graham and Longworth, went for the delivery, and Cammy Bell came through them both with the fisted away save that you see just how close it is.
Yeah, but the difference was as well when Cammy Bell came out, there must have been 3 or 4 shirts, Stranraer shirts in that box. They're certainly throwing men forward. They've absolutely nothing to lose. You know, if they should lose a second goal, well, they're down 1-0 anyway, so Rangers better be wary of that, you know, be alert anytime they're attacking. Make sure they've always got that spear man at the back.
Cammy Bell launches the goal kick forward. Daly comes short, Black's in there as well, but it's Gallagher who wins the header. Good take from Nicky Law. Chips it in behind. Well defended McEwen. Doherty up to Graham. Cole starts to come down over Ibrox, and I'm wondering if underfoot starting to get out just a wee touch slipping. Temperature's round about freezing point as Wallace fizzes one in, looking for Little, well defended again by Rumsby, who's impressive so far in this match.
Yeah, I think Stranraer have been impressive. I think they've played well as a unit. You know, you see Rangers now, everybody's back behind the ball, you know, got their space, they're all picking up their men. You know, it's a well organised Stranraer side, I have to say.
Sebastian Four, his 33rd Rangers appearance today. Rangers work it from one side of this playing surface at Ibrox to the other, try to tease Stranraer, try to find some incision, just create that half yard for an opening, but they're durable and organised. Fraser Aird, Black from Daly's layoff, and just enjoying a lot of possession just now. It's the incision that counts though. He just tries to lose the attentions there of the backtracking Bell. He might have an angle now. Nicky Law! How did that one not go in? That was an absolutely stunning effort from Nicky Law. Wonderful driven effort from 22 yards. Kisses the underside of the crossbar. bounces on the line and cleared. Where's the German linesman when you need one?
Absolutely, what a great strike there from Nicky Law. Good football, very patient football, you have to say. The Rangers fans getting a bit upset because they weren't going forward with the passing, but there's no space to pass. You just got to keep going until a space is there. What a shot, what a strike. Goalkeeper absolutely nowhere, and it crashes back off the bar. I think the Rangers fans appreciate that shot from Nicky Law. It's the first time he's had a shot on target today. Look at that shot.
Back off him at your peril. The goalkeeper scrambling, but my goodness, he's just denied by the width of a coat of paint on that crossbar.
Yeah, deserved the goal for that. It was a terrific strike, but again, Rangers had 3 men in there. Somebody, if you're a good poaching striker, you're in there on the end of that and you stick that ball in the back of the net.
Stranraer make their first change of the afternoon. David McKenna comes on to replace Martin Grehan. McKenna signed in the summer from Brecon, vastly experienced player, just like for like, I suggest, up top for the visitors. McCulloch wins a header and works it back there to Cammy Bell. Derek, how does Orlando sound?
Orlando sounds very... Orlando Bloom, or is it Orlando in America?
Orlando in America. If you're to visit the Fox and Hounds pub in Kissimmee in Florida,
Kissimmee, been there,
you're sure of a real warm welcome from the Orlando Rangers Supporters Club. The members have been meeting regularly to watch games since 1996. The Orlando boys and girls hosted NARSA, the big convention, in 2011, and they're a real class act. If you're heading to Florida on holiday, give them a visit. Check out their website, www.orsc.com. That's orsc.com. We wish you all a Merry Christmas. It's barely warmer there than it is here, Derek.
Absolutely, and also my friends in the Temple Bar. You know where the Temple Bar is, Tom?
Jersey?
In Jersey, absolutely correct. They'll all be sitting watching. Yeah, they'll all be sitting watching this game, having a few drinks. Have one on me, lads.
He'll be sending you the 20 quid later. Not
20 quid? It's me 300 quid.
Is it not tax free in Jersey?
Absolutely not, I'm afraid not.
There you go. 66 on the clock.
I think there'll be a slight worry for Ali McCoist at 1-0. As I keep saying, Stranraer's still in this game. It doesn't take long, to score a goal until Rangers can get that second. I think there'll be a wee bit of worry in that dugout.
Well, they couldn't have come closer from the header. The driven effort from Nicky Law. And Little coming close as well. So Rangers have been knocking on the door. Second period. But they do need a second just to put this game to bed. Tenacity from Gallagher. It bounces awkwardly, a bit of backlift, but again, Lee McCullough's been sensational today. He strode through the game.
Well, he has, but that was a tricky ball to go into, we'll have to say. Rangers giving it away, the fans are not happy with some of the things that are going on. There's just no fizz about the team at all. Now, this could be danger for Rangers. A free kick about 10 yards from that corner flag. All the big lads are up in, a decent ball in here. This is where Rangers have to mark. This is where the centre-backs have got to get things organised. Cammy Bell as well. Get everybody outside that 6-yard box and get everybody picked up.
Well, determined play from Mark Doherty. Sebastian Four, who was yellow carded first period, has to be careful. It's Sterling who's been given the job of the set play. It's Rangers' turn to drag everyone inside their own 18-yard box. Fraser Aird offers a bit of resistance. Sterling pops it in back post, and the goalkeeper has to look alerted as well to just pop it over the crossbar, because it's that ball in the corridor of uncertainty, Derek. No one attacks it from a Stranraer perspective, and Cammy Bell has to just knock it behind. Well,
Rangers have to concentrate again, because every Stranraer player is up in that last third of the Rangers part, so everybody's got to pick up a man. There's no excuse about marking space. You mark a man. If your man scores, then it's down to you.
Well, Bilal Mushney was in there to support the goalkeeper. A high five from Seb Four to Cammy Bell. Rangers have another corner to defend. It's the same man, Sterling, who makes the journey from left to right. Clearly the architect of their set plays. Whips it in again. And again, it's a free header, you have to say, in there by Stephen Bell. And Cammy Bell, his namesake, well positioned to gather.
Well, they've been warned on several occasions, Rangers. They need to start playing and quicken the game, get the passing a lot better going forward, up the pace a bit, because remember, you are playing against part-time players, so they've got to keep going here and get that second goal, because there's always a worry, and I can see in Ali McCoy's face there is worry between him and Kenny McDowell as well. They need this second goal.
Yeah, that goal came just over 30 minutes ago. The only goal of the game so far is Wallace makes good ground down that left-hand side and does enough to get the throw in. Hits it back from Nicky Law. All the way back now to Moshney. Daly and Little the target. Just the Lay-off from John Daly. No one reading that ball just played wide. Stranraer's defence stand for him.
Yeah, they do again, and John Daly hasn't had one of his better games again this afternoon. To be fair, they have thrown in a lot of balls into the box, but he's always had 1, 2, 3 men around him, and he's never really had a sniff. I don't think he's had a chance or created himself a chance this afternoon. That's not like him.
Well, next up for Rangers, Dunfermline away on the 30th of December. 7:45 UK kick-off. I say that's one to follow us on Twitter. We might have a surprise or two for you on that one. After that, it's Airdrie away on the 2nd of January, 5:30 UK kick-off. Of course, Derek and I will be back for the rescheduled match against Stranraer on the 5th of January, the Sunday, with a 3 o'clock kick-off.
3 o'clock kick-off, excellent. Look forward to that one. It's on, probably, no disrespect, it's probably on one of the worst pitches in Scotland.
And of course one of the worst ganches as well, because you've absolutely no protection from the elements behind us.
So we don't care, we're tough here tonight.
You better get the long johns on.
Or in your case, the short johns.
Absolutely. You took the words right out of my mouth. I've got the shortest long johns you've ever seen. There's a bit of a problem way on the far side there. Lewis McLeod's gone down. And Lee McCullough decides he's taken the substitute McKenna out of proceedings. And Rangers again get bodies back. They filter bodies back well, but Lee McCullough, McKenna went down rather cheaply. There's a grin the size of the Clyde from Lee McCullough.
I think there was a free kick, and the referee has booked Lee McCullough. Now, if he's booked him, why is he giving the free kick? I thought he went straight right through him. Yeah, I mean, that is a yellow card. Anybody's booked. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Well, the referee's allowed play to go on, and then he's gone back and booked him. So, we've given him a wee bit of stick, Mr. Dallas, this afternoon, but I think he was spot on there.
Yeah, no complaints when you see it again, as he gets the paperwork done. Thumbs up to his assistant. Lee McCullough was very determined that McKenna wasn't going beyond him, was he?
No, he wasn't, and that's the way it's been the second half. I think Stranraer have battled bravely. That they're throwing men forward. They know they've nothing to lose, as we said earlier. So it's up to Rangers to get that second goal to take the pressure off themselves and this crowd, because this crowd are very, very anxious at this moment in time.
And Stranraer sitting third in the table, 29 points from 16 games. Rangers having played 15 going into this one today. A sensational goal difference, Derek, of 52. 37 goals been scored in the league here at Ibrox and conceded only 4.
Yeah, it is terrific, but they need a sparkle though. I think David Templeton for me is the man that's got to come on. Lewis McLeod would take off. Hasn't done an awful lot wide on that left. It needs Templeton's a winger. He can get down there, create, score. Just as the pictures come up, David Templeton looks as if he's going to come on. I would think it would be Lewis McLeod.
Clairvoyant Johnson and Tom Miller bringing you the commentary, and you're absolutely right, Derek. I suggest you should go and buy a lottery ticket for sure, because Lewis McLeod is the man who makes way.
Yeah, he's been absolutely terrific for Rangers, Lewis McLeod, but it hasn't worked for him. There's going to be times like that where the game just doesn't run for you, and this afternoon is one of these games. No lack of effort, you have to say, because the young lad puts every single thing into the game, but it just hasn't worked out really. He had that great shot in the first half that keeper Mitchell saved. Apart from that, hasn't really created an awful lot for his team.
Stranraer will make a change as well. It's the end of the match for Sean Winter, and he'll be replaced for the final exchanges, 18 minutes so of the match remaining, by Ryan Boris, former Dumbarton and Ayr United player. Yeah, Karloff. He'll go straight up top. Another physical player. He's equally comfortable wide as well, of course.
Something to get your teeth into.
1-0. It's the most slender of advantages in favour of Rangers at the moment. There's Nicky Law, who was denied by the crossbar. So Boris replacing Winter, more offensive player. Roll of the dice from the Stranraer manager.
Absolutely.
Stephen
No
Aiken.
reason why not. I think the manager's done really well with the side. You can understand again why keep saying it, why they've gone 8 games undefeated. Look, a very, very solid side to me.
Well, David Templeton on the 12th time this season he's come off the bench then.
Yeah, it's not been David Templeton's season either. He's toiled a little bit, maybe just trying too hard at times, trying to take on that extra man when it's not needed. He just needs to get back to the basics again.
He might get a wee break of the ball here, or rather he doesn't. It's his first touch, but concedes possession kind of cheaply. Rumsby slides it up, way off long enough. Interception by Law. Can't capitalise. They're just looking a wee bit lopsided at the moment, Derek.
Yeah,
operating right hand side.
Well, they've got Fraser Aird, and you look at Docherty on the left hand side here. If somebody looks up and sees him, he's got a run through on goal.
There's a nibble on the advancing Sterling there by Ian Black, who tries to make himself invisible.
I don't think that's impossible for Ian Black, but it was a cynical foul, you have to say. He's maybe fortunate that referee Dallas hasn't shown him the yellow card, because that was cynical there. He had no intentions of going for the ball at all. He just took the man out.
It was at the second attempt he got him as well. And Sterling again.
This is danger. This is danger once again.
23-year-old looking for line and length here. He measures the cross into the box. It's on target, it's not that far away. The questions are asked, how was he able to get a sight of the target from that delivery from Sterling? The Rangers defence looking at just a wee bit static and flat-footed.
Well, it's poor again. That's just a simple ball in the box, and it's a header, nobody near him once again. And I just don't understand how you can switch off when you're only 1-0 up, and you're up against it, you have to say, because Stranraer are throwing men forward. They're trying to create chances, and you don't mark it a set piece. I just don't understand how players can do that. There's nobody. See the leadership there. You need somebody there that's going to grab somebody by the throat and say, you get marking, do this, do that, and it doesn't happen at times.
Scrappy defending from Stranraer nearly give Rangers the opening. Templeton, who set it up, gets another chance, tries to flick it into the path of Law. Stubborn defending way on that far side yet again by Stranraer, who are playing with their tails up just now. It was Bell with a header who just glanced it wide of target from Sterling's cross, and given away again by Nicky Law. McKenna picks it up, and Law comes back to atone for the way he cheaply conceded possession. 15 minutes plus stoppages. So Andy Little now sort of pulled to a wide right area with Templeton playing off the main striker.
Well, that's the way it's looking at this moment in time, but you've got to give David Templeton the ball, get him running at people.
He does like to play in that pocket of space, but he's getting no joy at all at the moment. Sterling is going beyond him. He's got a change of pace as well. Skips inside, away from Black, away from Law as well. Gallagher fancies it from distance, and Cammy Bell watches it just drift wide of the target. All of a sudden you get the impression that Stranraer feel they might be able to take something from this game.
Absolutely, and in the second half performance, I think they are. They're looking really up. Sterling again did exactly the same what he did 20 minutes ago when he cut inside a couple of players and had the shot. He did the same again. You'd think, his strength is his right foot. Show him down the left. Don't show him onto his strength.
Well, Stranraer's last defeat came on the 26th of October, losing to Dunfermline 2-1 in that one. You see they're a team that's brimming with confidence.
It's different from the side that Rangers beat at Stair Park earlier on in the season. I thought they were poor. I thought Rangers played really well, got their goals, could have been a lot more, and they just looked like a team that were going nowhere, but all of a sudden
the tails are up. It's McKenna with a snapshot, and that's a fine save from Cammy Bell. But at the moment, as he gets it forward, it's going straight back down his throat.
It is, and the Rangers have just got to up the pace again. Stranraer have worked their absolute socks off here this afternoon. And who knows, you can never rule them out getting a goal. The way it's going just now, they've had more of the shots on target than Rangers have in the second half.
Sterling linking with Doherty. Andy Little nibbles at him, but it breaks kindly for Doherty. Into Longworth, loses his footing. Nicky Law steps in. Now Rangers look to hit the counter. 4v4. Fraser here gives him a real opportunity. Going beyond the fullback. Yellow card. Yellow card surely for Scott Robertson.
Well, it's cynical again, isn't it? It is a yellow card, but Fraser doesn't have to get involved here. He's got the free kick. He knows he's been pulled down. It is a free kick. But why get yourself into bother with the referee? You're the one that's been fouled. Him take the yellow card and then that's it.
Passion and abundance. Fraser, and he has a word with Robertson there. Fraser, of course, got his first Rangers goal last December at Hampden Park. He's just frustrated that he didn't get a chance to put something into the box. Yeah,
he did well. His pace got him through there. But again, as Robertson did in the first half, remember he had the great challenge on Wallace. Well, at that time it just wasn't time, and that's the reason he took the player out there, because he's getting a wee bit slower as the game goes on, because tiredness is coming into the game.
Ian Black will take the set play. You mentioned the match earlier in the season at Stair Park. I thought Ian Black was on target that day, but it was nicked by Andy Little. He claimed to get the nearest of a touch on it. Is Ian Black not happy with the distance?
Striker takes anything.
Now he's got a chance to deliver. Moshney makes a late run in there. The goalkeeper does well to fist it away under some pressure from Andy Little, but no one chasing the loose ball. Bell up to Sterling. Little has to come back and offer some resistance. Sterling holds it up. Well, we roll with the studs away from Moshney. Feeds it inside and turns to Gallagher, Rangers hold that line of a back four and they time it well. That's good communication. The four of them there taking the lead from the skipper, stepping out as the ball was threaded through from McKenna, all working in unison.
It was good play again, and what a break that was from a dangerous free kick from Rangers. You know, Stranraer find themselves down the other end of the park. It's that man still in again. Great footwork again, cutting inside a couple of players, playing really well.
You know, as I said earlier, Stranraer have never scored against Rangers. The last visit here they ran, 8-0, Rangers ran riot that day. McCoy, Drinkle and Bomber Brown all got doubles that day. Ian Ferguson and Mark Walters made it 8. Here's Fraser Aird again. At the moment we're having to settle for 1. 10 minutes plus stoppages. Aird delivers. No one putting pressure on the last defender. Longworth turns it central for McKenna. Full face of the boot from Lee McCullough. Couldn't chase his own knock forward. McKenna can. And Moshney tucks in there. Picks it back off again. Getting stretched at the moment. Here's Templeton. Chance to hit the accelerator and work his magic. Oh, he's done well, he's got the break of the ball. And all of a sudden, he'll tell you it took a bobble, but my goodness, he was fortuitous to get beyond the defender, and he really should have done better.
Well, I think we're all aware when he comes on, he wants to try and do something, you know, and he's beat his man. He's got the break of the ball, but he's got through. You're right, it bobbled a little bit, but he had players either side of him where he could have played in. You know, he decided to have the shot, and see, when it bobbles like that, you just make yourself look stupid. And he's just saying that to Ali McCall, the boy bobble in front of me. But he certainly had options, and he's taken that option on because he scored so many good goals from distance, David Templeton. But it's just not working for him this season, that's for sure.
And he's got 4 for the season, David Templeton. 19 in his Rangers career, and that includes 1 last Boxing Day against Clyde.
That's a foul throw as well. That's a blatant foul throw by Florida.
It's Christmas, you're allowed a foul. Every day in Turkey. We're running out of time here at Ibrox. Single goal separating the sides. Remember, Rangers hadn't played for 19 days going into this one today. Sebastian Forrest giving it away again to McKenna. Bell back for Doherty. Looking for Longworth. Again, McCullough keeps that back door locked. Is there a danger here in the last 8 or 9 minutes? Perhaps some tired legs and minds from the Stranraer side, Derek?
Well, yeah, but they've got to have a go now. They can't wait for the last 2 or 3 minutes because that's when the legs will, tighten up. So they've got to have a go now, as they have done. The start of the second half, I think the work rate and the work ethic on them has been absolutely fantastic.
Templeton does well to spin away from Bell. It was more clumsily than malice from the Stranraer.
No, it was Bell.
You look at Stranraer, we mentioned part-time. They've got a game on Saturday, they entertain Forfar, so quick succession for Stranraer, and they've got ambitions themselves of perhaps a playoff place, although the flag goes against Fraser Aird again. They probably have the smallest budget of any team in League One.
Yeah, but what you need when you're in this division is players that are going to work their socks off of you. This might be a different side that plays on Saturday. Forfar could actually go down there and win it because they're not playing Rangers. I've always said that you can send a scout to watch the team that Rangers are playing the following week, and it'll be a different team that turns up on the day because it's the excitement of being Rangers rather than the team that we're playing that day.
Eric Caldo and Derek Ferguson have something in common. Derek, any ideas? Derek Ferguson was here today.
Is it the birthdays today or something?
No, they both managed to win.
Oh, good shout. You're full of it today,
Oh, absolutely. You want Christmas crackers? That's where they're all coming from. I got my Rangers stats book as ever for Christmas. Santa never fails to deliver. Andy Little just caught in 2 minds. Doherty for Longworth. Wants the return. Fair play to Andy Little. Was switched on enough to make sure he came back and just offered cover.
Yeah, well done. And it's so easy when you lose the ball just to put your hands on your head and say, oh, what have I done? He didn't. He got back and eventually won the ball and got a goal kick for his team. So good fighting there from Andy Little, but you're looking a wee bit more from him going forward.
Cammy Bell looking for shutout number 5 in 6 games. Be probably the best Christmas present you could expect. Official attendance today of 45,462. Little for Templeton, now he's gathered. Nicky Law's made a great supporting run. Might yet break into the path of John Daly in the snapshot. He's not had much by way of service, John Daly, or genuine sights of target. But again, the predatory instinct was there on the swivel, just pulls it wide.
It was a poor ball in, you have to say, by Templeton in the first place. He just tried to find Nicky Law there with a chip. He made a great run, but when the ball came back to Daly, really, it's the first shot he's had at goal, you have to say. And you're right, it wasn't even half a chance. He's just turned and hit it just over the top.
John Daly, 18 goals for the season. Will celebrate his 31st birthday next month. And there's Fraser Aird again. Pops in a teaser, headed away by Rumsby. Pressure on the ball is good from Aird. Here's Ian Black. Free kick goes against Fraser Aird. Just challenging the midfielder there. Just wouldn't fall from a bit of frustration, and Grant Gallagher down in the challenge.
Well, that is, the ball broke off him in the first place, and, and he's just followed through in the play. And Gallagher's got the old paraffin there, the old paraffin lamp. Nothing worse when you get cramped. That shows you how hard they've worked. No often you see players getting cramped, but they've had to work so hard.
Not a Charlie horse.
No, the Charlie horse is in the thigh, Tom. This is in the calf. This is in the calf.
How would you assess the performance of the referee, Andrew Dallas?
I think he's been okay. He's had 2 or 3 decisions that have been strange, but nothing that's changed the game. He's been on top of the game. Well, any time there's been a free kick or whatever, he's not been far away from the play. So I think he's done all right.
Lloyd Kinnaird will come on for Stephen Bell in the final change for Stranraer. Lloyd Kinnaird, formerly of Ayr United, and after his release from the seniors went and played for Harmony Road, Eric, which is just
Harmony Road, just round the corner from here, yeah. Playing at home then.
Just about. The youngster has 5 minutes or so to catch the eye. Kinnaird on from Bell. Longworth for the header.
Here, get another free header.
Suggestions might have been handled there by Nicky Law from the driven effort from
It's been one of these
Ryan
games.
Boris.
I would probably say at this moment in time, Tom, I think this has been Rangers' worst 90 minutes of the season so far. I don't think they've played well at all. There's been no sharpness. We can all appreciate they haven't played for a few weeks, but just on their play and their creativity and their sharpness and everything that goes with it, I just think this has been their poorest display this season. But if they come away winning the game 1-0, the manager will be happy at that. At least that's one positive. They would have won the game. But you can't say that with 4 minutes plus to go.
Perhaps never really get into their rhythm. As little as one to chase, and he's there as well. Although his touch is heavy. And again, you can understand Andy Little just wants game time under his belt since that horrific injury against Dunfermline on the 6th of November.
He was unlucky there, the ball played in there by Black and the two of them talking to each other. But that was the ball that he wanted. Well, he knows he's got the pace on the full back, but just that the ball ran away from there. He certainly had the pace on him. He just that heavy touch, that second one. But it's good defending again, you have to say, by Stranraer.
The sponsors have named Lee Wallace man of the match today. No arguments from me.
Certainly he's had a good first steady 45, but he's never really been up the part of the second half. He's been restricted to what he can do.
I've certainly been tempted to perhaps go with the skipper. It's such a crucial goal as Nicky Law comes forward. Oh, he does well to squeeze it wide, and he's taken out by Frank McEwen. Andy Little measures the cross, headed away by the aforementioned, in fact it was Robertson, not McEwen. Good to see Nicky Law back to his feet. Little delivers again for John Daly. He can't get anything on that. Again, it was the chocolate foot delivery from Andy Little. It was, to be fair, there's no pace on the ball really, was a yellow card for the skipper of Stranraer, Frank McEwen, for that late challenge on Nicky Law.
Well, that's good play again by the referee, you have to say, because he's waited till the ball once again has gone out and then he's booked him for that crude challenge, the late challenge on Nicky Law. But now, 2.5 minutes left on the clock, and really, the Rangers fans have long but gone from the stadium. I think they've seen enough, but until the referee blows this whistle, you can't guarantee the Rangers are going to win this game.
Now, 6 yellow cards this afternoon. What you could say, he's never really been dirty.
No, hasn't been dirty, but I think he's had to book the ones that he did, to be fair. But there hasn't been a lot of bad challenges, that's for sure.
Fraser here tries to release Templeton again. He just fails to gather it cleanly. Straight back to Lee McCulloch. 2 minutes plus stoppages, and we'll have full analysis of the 90 minutes after the final whistle today with Derek and Andrew Dixon. I think he won't mind up about that penalty call. One thing's for sure, you can't change it now. A crucial moment in the game, 57 round the clock, and the controversial penalty converted by Lee McCulloch. Christmas coming late for Rangers. However, you had to get the job done. There was work to be done and it was a stunning penalty finish for the skipper.
Doesn't come any better than that.
And the little takes in his chest, but the ball just travelled over the line.
It's all concentration here again for Rangers. Last couple of minutes, Stranraer will just get this ball into that Rangers half and take their chances.
There's Doherty, the socks well and truly down round the ankles at the moment.
There's the shin pad.
Oh, he has to have it.
You need the shin pads in there.
McCoist will be frustrated that his team have huffed and puffed and played in basically fits and starts today, Derek.
Well, they've huffed and puffed full stop time. I don't think they've played well at all. There wasn't really a spell where they're on top for 10 minutes and created 3 or 4 great chances. The keeper had 1 save in the first half, and of course we got the penalty kick, and that was really all the excitement. They've created a couple of half chances in the second half. Stranraer will be delighted with their performance, not with the result obviously, but they're coming at Rangers, and they're becoming the stronger side as this game's gone on.
Here's Doherty in the 90th minute, tracked by Law. Sterling, who's threatened and been a bit of a thorn in the side all day for Rangers. Doherty with the reverse pass. It's Robertson of all people way up there, the right back, in a very advanced left hand side of the field.
Well, we've got 15 seconds left in this game, and again Doherty's shin pad has fallen out. He's been asked to put it back in again. It's fallen out.
Needs some tape perhaps to keep it in position.
Why hasn't he got tie-ups in his socks? That would have helped.
Well, he certainly looks as if he's running on empty at the moment, Mark Doherty, to be honest.
I don't think any of them are doing that. I think they're all working, but it's adrenaline they're playing on here because they know they've a chance of taking something from this game.
Doherty again tries to win the corner. He had nothing left by way of stamina to get a delivery in, and Sebastian Ford just puts the laces through it. Oh, there's a chance here for Daly if he can play it early. Is there a 90th minute second? Here's Templeton. Has he got sight of the target? Dink. Over the top. He's gone for a worldie, to be honest. He should just have drilled it. He could have passed it home, Derek. But my goodness, he goes for the worldie with a chip and he just lifts it over the crossbar.
Well, I think he was unlucky. I think I would have done that as well. I think he got so far. He's looking to try and give something to the game, and he's chipped the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper's well out and it just goes over the top of that. I thought it was unlucky.
Certainly unlucky. The technique can't be faulted, but surely he had a better area to hit than that.
Well, he saw the keeper off his line, and that's what you try and do, is chip the goalkeeper, and that's what he did. But just how his game's gone this season, it just didn't go for him.
At 4-0, I'll buy it. At 1-0, Derek, I'm frustrated. Moshney for Fraser Aird. Black offers his services. He elects to feed it back into Nicky Law. Stretching Stranraer is Andy Little. 90 minutes have indeed come and gone. There's Andy Little. No options. Covering the hard yards is Nicky Law to keep the ball. Remember, 30th of December. Full match action. Rangers at Dunfermline. There's Templeton again. Sweeps in the delivery. Headed away McEwen. 2 touches from Fraser Aird, not quite what he was looking for, but effective nonetheless. There's Little, shut down by Doherty. Pops in the delivery, headed away by Frank McEwen. It looks as if this was a boxing match at this stage now, Derek, you would have to think Stranraer might well see a towel being thrown in.
Well, it was a great ball in again. I just don't understand why Rangers don't attack the ball when that ball goes in at the back post. It was a fantastic ball in. Rangers now the ones that are taking things easy. They want to see the clock down because at 1-0, you know, Stranraer would feel they're still in this game, but I think time may be running out because we're into the 2nd minute stoppage time now.
Rangers just keeping the ball down at the corner flag. McKenna gets it away. Longworth, and it does well to get the break of the ball off Moshney. Rangers put pressure on it as Boris works it back to Mitchell.
Rangers taking no chances. 3 men at the back without a Stranraer player there.
A wonderful take from Templeton, but again just too heavy. And Rumsby, who's been outstanding for me today at the heart of Stranraer defence, gets it away. Here's the subby Kinnaird for Sterling. He gets it across the face of goal. Longworth, equaliser. Disaster from Rangers. Absolute disaster. Sterling the provider, and Longworth on hand. His 19th goal of the season. 3 minutes beyond the 90. It's Rangers 1, Stranraer 1.
And I'll tell you what, you could see it coming, Tom. We've been saying it for the last 25 minutes. Even with a few minutes to go, you said you couldn't guarantee Rangers winning this game, and they'd thrown men forward. Again, poor defending, but from Stranraer's point of view, It's terrific play. Once again, the ball played over. Longyear's got the ball, he's standing, there's nobody within 5 yards of him, and just side foots the ball into the goal. And it's no more than they deserve, you have to say that. I think the second half, they've been absolutely terrific, Stranraer.
Now, history is made, and history that was pending has been broken. Longworth's conversion is Stranraer's first ever goal against Rangers, and Rangers, who were on target to go 21 wins in a row, find themselves stopped in their tracks with 93 minutes on the clock. I'll refer you to David Templeton's effort when he went for the dink finish. We've played 93 minutes here. Rangers leave the field disappointed on this Boxing Day. The skipper Lee McCulloch got Rangers nose in front from the penalty spot in 37 minutes. Thereafter, Rangers bossed the show. Disappointment for Nicky Law when his drilled effort came back off the underside of the crossbar. Rangers could not build on that first half goal, and they paid the ultimate penalty. 93 minutes on the clock. Stirling found space on the right hand side. He popped in a terrific delivery into the mix inside that 6-yard box. Longworth timed his run to perfection. No one picked up the movement of the former Queen's Park man, and he tapped the ball home from 6 yards. Rangers have to settle for a share of the spoils.
Hello, Brian Martin here. Hope you enjoyed watching that as much as I did first time around, and I was in the Rangers end. Want to know the full story behind that, as well as hearing post-match reaction from Steve Aitken and goalscorer Jamie Longworth? If so, switch over right now to It's No Easy, your number one podcast about all things Stranraer FC. Our latest podcast available right now. You can find it by going to our post on the Stranraer FC supporters group on Facebook, or tweet us on Twitter at It's No Easy 1. Hope to catch you there in a minute. Now I'm off for a lie down after all that.